William Patterson University students feel that there's a residual effect from Superstorm Sandy that William Patterson University officials and administration don't want you to know. But you're going to know, because you're going to find out on Power Talk.
They have to have power. They have to have power. They have to have power.
Patterson University is located in Wayne, New Jersey, and serves 11,500 students. Unfortunately, not all of them adequately. It appears that William Patterson University has poor crisis management, and this is going to be the topic of discussion when we go on location for a special edition of Power Talk. I'm Robert Isaiah.
My name is Robert Isaiah. This is a special segment of Power Talk. We are on the campus of William Patterson University, and it seems there's a controversy on how students were treated during the storm. It appears that all students were not treated in a fair and sane manner. We're going to begin asking the students that are present here to give their opinion about how they were treated and to give some suggestions on how this campus can make sure that everyone is treated fairly in the future. We're going to begin clockwise, and I'm going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, your name. Just state your name and then jump right into it. What is your name, ma'am?
Hi, my name is Samira. I'm a senior here at William Patterson University. I was affected by the storm. I stay on campus, and I think that by being on campus for the few days that I was on campus for 2 nights, I don't think that William Patterson University dealt with the situation properly. The lights went out on Monday night, and there was no food for me to eat. There was nowhere for me to take a warm shower. They did feed us the next day. However, after that, we had to pay for food on the campus, and we were not allowed to leave off the campus, which means if you did not have money, if you only had a debit card, you were not eating on campus. I feel as though that was wrong. I feel like there should be something implemented on the campus university where we could be able to eat at least. I don't feel like me spending my personal money out of pocket was right. I think that we should be reimbursed, and I don't appreciate them charging commuters to live on campus if they were affected by the storm and they don't have electricity. It's $100 a week. I think that as a university, that whole business ideal should be put to the side for a second, and we should think about the students that do go here. So.
Thank you, ma'am. Your name?
I'm Taylor. I'm a senior here at William Patterson University. I was affected by Sandy, and I feel as though that, as the 2 other people said, that we were treated completely unfairly, and the fact that people had to pay for Wayne Hall when in this time of crisis it should have been free. The fact that we weren't given any extra blankets or anything like that, knowing that it would get cold. The fact that nobody came to hand out clean water for us to drink. We didn't get to take warm showers. Only one building, it was 2 buildings, had backup generators to give them some type of electricity, and the first day we weren't even allowed in that building if you didn't live there. I feel as though from last year's storm and power outage, some lessons should have been learned, or some precautions should have been taken, other than putting safety procedures on a piece of paper, because that's pretty much all they did for us as far as Sandy and helping us. And it's not right. It's not right. I've been here for a long time, and I feel as though in my time length here, I've never seen anything like this before, and it's absolutely disgusting.
We are continuing the conversation on Power Talk about the Hurricane Sandy, how the students at William Patterson College, University, oh, that's right, you are a university now, so you deserve to be treated better. We just got finished talking to a group of students, and now we're going to keep it moving, as they say on the street. And we're going to have the next young lady give her opinion, and I think she just bursting to go ahead and break it down.
Very small, accolade to them for having food, because in the previous times when the power went off, there was no food. You were really, trying to fend for yourself. But other than that, I can't really, give them any real props. When I was home and I was receiving the communications from the president and from the people in the school, I was flabbergasted, because the president of the university had the nerve to write in an email that the students seem like they're in high spirits. But you can't be in high spirits when it's freezing cold and there's nothing. Like, you get one security guard, you're being forced to stay in dark rooms when other schools do the right thing and bring their students into the student centers that have power. But no, not at this school. You're forced to stay into your cold dorm room with one security guard policing the hallways. And that's it. That's all you get. I guess they call themselves doing something this year because they provided the students with flashlights. But the flashlights were chintzy, they were very flimsy. When the batteries ran out, you're done. So, they tried, but they need to do way better. We pay entirely too much money. I'm in debt to go to this school. And I should not have been treated the way I was for the few nights that I was here. My friends should not have been treated that way. It was unnecessary.
And I'd also like to point out that it appears that you have an absentee president. And if you don't know what that means, if this fool Romney gets elected, you'll find out what an absentee president means. I heard a rumor that this woman was going around making nice, taking pictures, and saying that everything was just hunky-dory, okay? But it ain't, okay? And I'm gonna back up that it ain't by going on to the next students. Ma'am, what's your name? Give your opinion.
My name is Maya. I'm a senior here at William Patterson. And we were not treated unfairly. We were treated inhumanely. It is inhumane to leave people without power, electricity, clean water. People in this storm risk their lives to save their animals. High Mountain East and West were not the only two buildings on this campus to have proper backup generators. The science building had one. You want to know why? Because there are professors there who have projects that they've been their whole life in. So they have to have power. The greenhouse. I did not give my money for a greenhouse, but it had power. But I didn't. I didn't have any power. I had to throw away $200 worth of food. I can't call FEMA. But the state, this is a state institution. Not only do you get federal grants, but you get fast money.
Yes.
And your money is on time. Yes. So could you explain to me why you were not equipped for this situation? I don't understand. Oh.
No. Keep it moving. My bad.
I don't understand. I'm sorry. I just don't understand. There are no excuses. We've had several power outages in the past 2 years. Several? There's no reason. Unless she's incompetent, there is no reason. There is no explanation. There's nothing. Wayne Hall should have backup generators and backup food for things like this. You should be ready for this. I'm finished.
Thank you, Ma. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to point out, this is not rehearsed. You actually hearing people's actual feelings about how they was treated. This is why we're on campus. And I also like to point out, I went to William Patterson centuries ago. And it appears like the same BS that we went through then, the same students are going through the same BS now. Our next student, Isaiah, the show is Power Talk. We're talking to William Patterson University students about their treatment during Hurricane Sandy, and I don't think they're very happy about the way they were treated in relation to the money that they spend to come here. Give us your opinion on that, sir. Name first.
My name is Jack. I'm a junior here at William Patterson University, and I feel is that, if there's going to be backup generators such as in buildings such as High Mountain East, West, up top in the apartments, I feel as that every building on campus should have a backup generator. And since there was no power, and this has gone on for several years, every year in my year, this was my first pick in college, and honestly, stuff like this makes me want to regret it. But I feel as that this year, instead of just giving an email day by day, just saying, oh, their PSCNG is working on it, I feel as that if they should have moved us into a hotel and had us shuttled over here, like if we ever needed anything, just in case the power got back on, because people do spend a lot of money just to come here. And I find it very ridiculous that everyone can't have the same privileges as other buildings. Just because you have a higher education doesn't mean that they get bigger and better things. I feel as that everybody pays the same amount of money that should have the same amount of things. And that's just how I feel.
And quite frankly, I would like to point out that if you feel that you're shortchanged, I'm going to give you a little insight on how to put your administration on point, because let me explain something to you ladies and gentlemen. In order to get something changed here, you will have to do what us old heads did back in the day. You are going to have to give your campus bad publicity. Remember, you had a bed bug incident here that your campus was trying to Penn State it away.
No,
okay?
They weren't trying to Penn State it away. They literally told people, oh, you have bed bugs, first you have to prove it to me. This girl had to go prove it to them.
She had to capture one.
Yes,
she had to capture one.
And then they told her, oh, it's not that bad, you'll be okay. No, it's never okay.
It's never okay.
I pay you, a part of my payment is for you to fumigate every summer. Like clockwork. I expect when I come back to be no bugs.
That is true.
When you move back on the campus and you move the furniture, you can tell it has not been moved from the day that you moved out. And it's stuck. But they'll charge you if you don't clean up before you leave.
So
That's a problem.
Yeah, I don't understand.
So why am I doing their job and I'm not getting paid for it?
That's right.
I can't even get a campus
quick,
job.
quick to take money out of our deposit.
Oh yes.
Oh, really?
For not doing what we have to do as far as cleaning.
We pay $150 every year, but we
Exactly.
can
You'll
only
never
get
get a full
a
deposit
70
back from
back.
this school. I've never gotten a full deposit back from this school.
I had a friend that went here like one time. Like she said, like whenever it came to electric payments, they were always on the dot. They don't make
when it's time for them to get their money.
But whenever the school needs to get paid, they get the money like that. But yet, whenever like we need something important, like whenever we need the right services, that's always delayed, or you actually have to prove such and such. You have to prove that the living situation is and stuff like that. But no, like why don't you just come and see it for yourself? And like she told me, like most of the times, like she didn't even have to. Like there was just like a bunch of people like that were just leaving the campus like during that time. Like that was a few years back. Like I don't even remember the exact problem, but like it was just so
everything needs so much documentation for things to happen. Like you have to literally badger these people that you're paying for you to get the services that you're paying for. It makes no sense.
Trust me, they took tuition payments out of my mom's account last Tuesday, but we didn't have any account. How were y'all taking? How did y'all do that? Please explain to me how y'all took.
Because they had power for that.
The payment for my tuition out of her account, but y'all couldn't provide us with a proper estimated time on when we would get power back, or y'all couldn't provide us with. Y'all just couldn't provide. Y'all couldn't put out.
It's not that they couldn't provide. They knew. Let me tell you, they knew. Those blue Spark shoe store, those are transformers blowing up.
We watched them. We watched the fireworks. We watched the fireworks.
Let's be clear, that's not something you can fix in 2 days. And if you run it, if you got a PhD in higher education, and sweetheart, you were properly taught when you came into this position, you knew it wasn't going to have no goddamn power in 3 days.
Wow. Now, on that note, go ahead, brother, go ahead.
And stunts like this, it makes me question the president's role. Like, what does she do here?
Pretty sure her house had power.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure she handles her situations in the right way.
Brother right here with the glass, can you give us an impression of your impression of the Presidente here? Her handling? Do you think there's a failure of leadership or a failure of morals?
My name is Stanley, and I think the experience that we had when the power went out was bad, but not as bad as the cafeteria swiping people. At the time of survival, it's when the business like, that serve food, Sodexo, gonna come profits over people? What if you don't have a meal plan? Like me, myself, I had a meal plan, but I picture myself, in other people's shoes, like we don't have a meal plan. What if you live up top? What if you spend all your money buying food and you leave them in the fridge? And now you have no money, you have no debit card, you have no way home because you can't do gas. Meanwhile, the cafeteria will not let you in. There is no power, but they still find a way to swiping people. They still find a way not letting people in. They will tell you that, it's because they don't have enough food. They do have enough food. They're gonna tell you on the side too, it's bad for business. Really? Right now you wanna think about business?
Yeah.
At the time when people really need some food in their stomach, not only there was no hot water in your room, there was no hot water for you to shower, and the room was cold. We accepted that. But when it comes to the food, I don't think the president should be in the cafeteria taking pictures. I think the president should ask if every student are getting enough food, if every student are getting enough services to survive for them.
Wait a minute, brother. You mean, excuse me, you mean the president was in the cafeteria taking a photo op?
The president of William Patterson University was in the cafeteria second day that the power went out taking pictures. It's not pictures in action. Because a good leader will take pictures in action while talking to people. She was posing with students taking pictures. And I witnessed it too. But she wouldn't ask me to take a picture with her. Because in the situation that I was in, I would ask her to trade my place with her. But she's right now is in a nice place, in a nice house, getting paid everything that we pay for. You understand? Right now, she's saying that we're doing well. We accept the situation that we are, but we understand that. But when it comes to food, I think every student should be well allowed. They're supposed to put the wing over on swiping.
I agree. Now, I also like to point out that most of the information that I'm getting is your leadership at your campus failed you. Everyone here. It was a failure of leadership to step up to the plate and be leaders. Now, I hate to mention this, but this is the exact same crap that happened at Penn State. The same, but see, to me, this is even more heinous because you got students that are being turned away from eating in a natural disaster.
There is no power, but it's still swiping.
And they're more worried about business than the lives of the students that are generating the business. So, my brother, we're gonna come back to everybody. Everybody gonna get a comeback. But your brother right here, is you down with us or you?
I'm down.
All right, give your name and give your feelings.
What's going on? My name is Timotheus.
And speak up.
What's going on? My name is Timotheus. I'm a senior here at William Patterson University. First thing, let me get off my chest is the fact that I'm a student leader on this campus. I have about 3 different student leader roles: president, secretary. From what I'm supposed to look at from constitutions and things of that nature that I'm supposed to be looking at, and the leaders I'm supposed to be looking at is supposed to be President Waldron. What kind of leader, like how is she showing that she's much of a leader? I left campus after being here for about 2 or 3 days. I was here, I was freezing, I was cold, all my food went bad. I had to deal with RDs up top now. For all those who don't know about this situation, we was up top. We found one floor that had power. Everybody brought out power surges and things of that nature. We had music, we had TVs. If that's the high spirits that she was talking about, that's because of us. You guys had nothing to do with it at all. We was told by the RD in the building to leave. Now, I was told